Hey, sports card fans, it's John Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at the top 10 PSA baseball card sales on eBay for cards from the 1980s for October 2024. For the month of October, cards from 1981 Topps dominate the top 10 list, and there are a couple cards that have record high sales. So let's go check out the cards that made up this month's top 10 list. At number 10, we have this 1989 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card in a PSA 10. This one sold on October 14th for $2,650. It was an auction. There were 44 bids. The current VCP average price for a PSA 10 is $2,062. The record high sale was $6,600 back in February of 2021 through a PWCC listing on eBay. There have been 31,614 copies graded a PSA 9. Only 4,179 have been graded a PSA 10. At number 9, another Ken Griffey Jr. card. This one, his 1989 Topps Traded Tiffany in a PSA 10. This one sold on October 19th for $2,938. It was an auction. There were 39 bids. The current VCP average price for a PSA 10 is $2,719. The record high sale was $11,995 back in February of 2021 through a PWCC listing on eBay. There have been 1,469 copies graded a PSA 9. Only 343 have been graded a PSA 10. Now, there was one other significant 89 Topps Traded Tiffany Ken Griffey Jr. card. This one also in a PSA 10 and sold on October 28th for $2,850. At number 8, we have this 1983 Topps Tony Gwyn rookie card in a PSA 10. This one sold on October 6th for $3,206. It was an auction. There were 20 bids. Current VCP average price for a PSA 10 is $3,330. The record high sale was $4,750 back in February of 2021 through a PWCC listing on eBay. There have been 5,887 copies graded a PSA 9. Only 740 have been graded a PSA 10. Then there was one other 83 Topps Tony Gwyn sale in October, another PSA 10 copy. This one sold on October 16th for $3,200. At number 7, we have this 1981 Topps Pete Rose in a PSA 10. This one sold on October 24th for $5,389. It was an auction. There were 39 bids. The current VCP average price for a PSA 10 is $4,500. The record high sale was $5,509 back in January of this year through Memory Lane. There have been 494 copies graded a PSA 9. Only 32 have been graded a PSA 10. At number 6, we have this 1986 Topps Traded Tiffany Barry Bonds rookie card in a PSA 10. This one sold on October 6th for $6,100. It was an auction. There were 52 bids. The current VCP average price for a PSA 10 is $6,011. The record high sale was $16,000, reached twice, both in February of 2021, one a PWCC listing on eBay and another a regular eBay listing. There have been 1,465 copies graded a PSA 9. Only 453 have been graded a PSA 10. Now, there was one other 1986 Topps Traded Tiffany Barry Bonds sale in October, another PSA 10 copy. This one sold on October 20th for $5,985. At number 5, we have this 1981 Topps Johnny Bench in a PSA 10. This one sold on October 24th for $6,100. It was an auction. There were 43 bids. The current VCP average price for a PSA 10 was $3,418. So this sale here for $6,100 represents a new record high sale. My personal opinion, if you look down at the bottom near the Johnny Bench and Red's cap, there does appear to be some ink blotching. I'm not sure how this card did receive a PSA 10 grade, but nonetheless, it is graded a PSA 10. And again, sold for $6,100. The previous high for a PSA 10 was $1,400 back in September of 2016 through eBay. There have been 140 copies graded a PSA 9. Only 6 have been graded a PSA 10. At number 4, we have this 1982 Topps traded Cal Ripken Jr. in a PSA 10. This one sold on October 20th for $6,800. It was an auction. There were 47 bids. The current VCP average price for a PSA 10 is $5,710. The record high sale was $20,101 back in February of 2021 through a PWCC listing on eBay. Now, there have been 4,454 copies graded a PSA 9. Only about 10%, 415, have been graded a PSA 10. At number 3, we have this 1981 Topps Nolan Ryan in a PSA 10. This one sold on October 27th. For $7,202. It was an auction. There were 35 bids. The current VCP average price for a PSA 10 is $6,872. So this $7,212 sale represents a new record high sale, with the previous high being $6,949 back in March of this year through eBay. There have been 1,026 copies graded a PSA 9. Only 43 have been graded a PSA 10. At number 2, we have this 1981 Topps Kirk Gibson rookie card in a PSA 10. This one sold on October 24th for $9,756. It was an auction. There were 44 bids. The current VCP average price for a PSA 10 is $8,128. The record high sale, not too far off of this sale here in October, was $9,900 back in August of 2022 through Heritage. There have been 309 copies graded a PSA 9, but only 14 have been graded a PSA 10. And at number 1, for cards from the 1980s, is this 1987 O-Pee-Chee Barry Bonds rookie card, but if you notice the label, this was part of Dimitri Young's collection. This is a PSA 10 copy and sold on October 18th for $16,600. It was an auction. There were 41 bids. The current VCP average price for a PSA 10 is $13,726. However, even though the pedigree of this card being from Dimitri Young's collection, it fell short of the record high sale of $31,200 back in May of 2022 through PWCC. There have been 318 copies graded a PSA 9. Only 39 have been graded a PSA 10. Well, there you go, the top 10 PSA baseball card sales on eBay for cards from the 1980s for October 2024. As always, would love to know what you think in the comments about the cards that made this month's top 10 list. And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.